Today, we're going to be taking on a challenge. A very, very, very big challenge. Because today, we're going to be taking over the worst team in Scotland and trying to create a Champions League winner. Yep, that's right, a Champions League winner. This is going to be an insane task. It's going to need all of your guys' support, and hopefully, in the space of 15 seasons, yeah, that's damn right, it might take 15 seasons, we're going to be able to build a massive dynasty here in Scotland by taking over at Falkirk. Currently sitting second bottom in the league. Aberdeen below them, weirdly, they've not won a game yet. But by star rating, they are the worst Scottish team on FC26. Now, if you're excited for this kind of rebuild and you want more of them, leave suggestions for teams that we could do down below. And if you're new to the channel, smash subscribe, hit the like button, lads. You know what to do. Let's get into this one. Now, the settings for this career mode are going to be definitely just the same as usual, but we are going with high unexpected events. Hopefully, this is going to cause a lot of madness and craziness in this career mode. Now, it's only taken me seconds to see how difficult this is actually going to be. Oh my God, like, look at this starting 11. Look at some of the overalls in this team. This is going to be really hard. And we've got some older players. Like, look at Spencer here. He's 29. But Scott Arfield is 36. We are going to have to do a lot of work here with this team over the next few seasons. And 36-year-old Scott Arfield is actually going to be the best player in the team. And then next up is going to be 33-year-old goalkeeper. This is looking nervy already because all of our best players in the team are actually much older players. We do have some youth in the team, though. I'm just not sure that any of this youth is going to amount to anything. In fact, when I say I have some youth, we don't really have much of it. Considering we're a side that are trying to grow in the Scottish Premier League, our best young player is this guy. And although Samuel is 58 overall, I'm not sure how much he's going to grow. We have a decent amount of players out of contract as well, so I'm going to have to keep an eye out on the conversations to see if we can actually get some of these players to renegotiate, because this is a lot of players. The budget's not looking too healthy either, boys. We've only got 1 million to spend. And with us only having 1 million in this first season, I feel like my first port of call is definitely the youth academy. Now, what would be good is if we had someone in here already that was worth using, which actually this guy right here, Riley Mitchell, could be really worth using. We're going to keep a strict eye on him. Let's get him on a development plan straight away and try and improve him as quickly as possible. After that, I've gone ahead and really released most of the youth squad, but these two players right here, who knows, they could grow. But it does mean I'm going to have a huge emphasis right now on the scouts, and I'm going to fire this guy because 1 star, not good enough. Now, I'm hoping we can find a good one here. 3.4 million, he'd be fantastic, but I need someone cheaper, and I want the highest judgment. So we're going to go with this guy. And just like that, that's basically all of our budget used up, and I'm just going to search for people in Scotland to start this off. I feel like for the first couple of seasons, Scotland's the best place for us to search. And I've only got enough money left in the budget to actually go and do 6 months, but this is what we're going to be scouting for: striker, cam, CDM, and centre back. I feel like that covers the spine of the team, and that's a good place to start. Now, obviously, since I've just spent the entire budget on scouts, I've looked at some players to try and sell. I'm not even sure we can raise £1 million with the players that I've put here on the transfer list, but we're going to try to. Now, for tactics for season 1 for the squad that we've got, this is pretty much what we're going to go for. I don't know how well this is going to work, and I'm expecting us to finish rock bottom in the league, but luckily for me, there's no relegation in the Scottish Premier League. Well, there's no better way to get to know this squad then than our first game in management with Falkirk. I'm nervous. I'm very, very nervous. We're at home for this one, though. That's why I've decided to play it. We're up against Dundee United. I'm playing the young man up top. Let's see if we can get a good result. There are players being sold behind the scenes. I don't think there's going to be much more for us after this, to be honest with you, in terms of business to do. This is a good opportunity for us to see what we've got in this squad. Banger from outside the goal. Man, if I score my first banger in a career mode that isn't Leeds, I'm going to be fuming. We can open them up here. That's great footwork from the young man up top, Samuel. That was close to our first goal in management. Now, I'm expecting this to be a really deep save, a several season save, and us to fall in love with some youngsters. But there might be some players already in this team that we fall in love with. I'm not sure one of those players, though, will be Arfield because of how old he is. But, oh, my God. What a ball through that is to Samuel. Samuel bearing down a goal, and he bloody wide. That should have been our first goal in management, and his first goal of the season. I know nothing about him, but I've learned already he's not the greatest at putting the ball in the back of the net. Finishing, not the higher. Not bad for a first half of football because we've not conceded, and I don't know relatively how close us and Dundee are in terms of squads. I'm pretty sure it's not that close, though. I mean, when you come in already and you see 2 60-plus players in the front line, you already start to get it, but they've got some all right players. I've not seen a 70 so far, but their squad is definitely better than ours all round. Might be one of the few managers that would be absolutely over the moon. It's a 0-0 from our first game in management. I would be flying. I am frustrated right now because I feel like we should have scored. I'm not going to lie about that, but genuinely, since that opportunity, it's been all Dundee United, and I would take a point right now. I would rip your hands off, Miller. That's good. Ah, he can't head either, can he? He can't head. He's not heading and shooting. Not his strong point, apparently. Good job he's not the striker, innit? Oh, God. Oh, I've made a huge mistake. Big error. Big error. But the old man Bane saves me. Don't know how that's worked. Pull it back. Good footwork. Still got it. Oh, my God. We're flying right now, boys. And then you make a run there. And then you make a run inside. It's great football. Cut right for the second time round in the 89th minute. Sorry. 90th minute, Falkirk are going to steal one here against Dundee at home, and this is, the fans, you should be happy, because this is what you're getting when Yorkie comes. This is the Yorkie effect, right? All aboard the Yorkie Express. Oh my God, the substitutes worked. We're finding our feet here with Falkirk. This was lovely football from a side that is supposed to be rock bottom in this league. And then as long as nothing happens in this next minute, we're actually going to win our first game in management. It might not be the correct decision. I think a point was probably a fair result in this one, but I do not care, because we have our first points on the board in the Scottish Premier League. It's definitely against a run of play, though. 64% possession to Dundee United. I'm not kidding. They just had it. They had the ball. 144 passes to our 81. But do you know what matters? That one at the top where it says 1 Falkirk, 0 Dundee. Now, we might have beaten Dundee. Okay, yeah, we might have beaten them, but this is the real first challenge. Oh my God, 6 goals for Gassama already. Rangers at home next. Let's see if we can stand tall against one of the best teams in the league. I'm sticking with Samuel up top because he's got to grow. He's got to improve eventually over time. I just have to believe that he's going to get good enough to actually be impactful. And, you know, that dynamic potential might take over eventually. Pulling behind to Danilo out. They already moved better. They're already playing better. Catch the bet. You ain't getting past Bane. You ain't getting past Bane. You ain't. He's a man mountain. He's a beast. I'm going to be sad when he leaves the club. I swear to God, for every ball I'm trying to get to, they're just one step quicker than absolutely every single player on this team. Like every second ball I'm trying to get to, they just get there just before me. It's infuriating with the header. We've got mountains at the back, boy. Oh, no. Oh, it's just good build-up. But you know what? We're a brick wall at the back. Welcome to the brick wall of Falkirk. You ain't getting beyond it. Now, Nielsen, one of our centre-backs, is on loan from Hearts. He's the best centre-back in the team. I actually think next season, if we can drum up the funds, let's go pick him. Go on, Ross. Go again, Ross. Go again, Ross. Oh, my God. My favourite character from Friends is Ross. And he's making a good run. But it's just so much damn quicker. But yeah, Nielsen from Hearts, centre-back, I think he might be our first actual official purchase. Next season, though, because no money left in the pot. The well is dry. The well is very dry. Gassama is actually a beast in this game. I'm thinking about signing him in the lead save, and I'm being sold on him here. Get off him. Get on him. Oh, what a it is. Oh, we finally concede. We were holding so tight. We were blocking up all the holes, but eventually they're going to get through. And this is first goal for the club as well. Can't be out here handing players their first goals for the team. Yeah, you just can't do that. I'm going to be honest with you. We've not had a single attack, though. I was actually thinking 1-0 ain't that bad. But that was nearly 2. That striker who scored his first goal against us, they might not have been playing him, but he's looked so good in this game. Oh, man. Get to him. I thought I'd slid him perfectly. Tavernier. They're just moving the ball so nice. More. Oh, God. Yeah. I don't actually think Rangers has been that good. You give me a better team, I think I'd have beaten them today. But there we go. More scores to goal. The Loney from Tottenham. Oh, that's frustrating. Not that I thought I was going to get back into the game or win it by any stretch of the imagination, but just only concede 1 against Rangers in the league. I think that's quite impressive, you know. I want us to be a hard team for the top 2 to come and play against. That's what I want to do. That's where I want to make us right now. That is effort number 1 of probably episode number 1. Make us a hard team to beat. You're going to have a bad day when you come up against us, but we're going to lose here to Rangers. Now, it is deadline day, but as you guys already know, there ain't no business coming from our side, but we might move a couple more players out. Never mind me speaking there, we don't move any players out on deadline day, but we did move some players out in general. Ross has left, Gary Oliver's left, Jamie Snedden, Nesbitt, and Liam McCann. Now, it's just purely bring in some money. Let's just get some money into the club. Budget-wise, it pushes us to 538k, which, although it isn't a lot, this is going to keep adding up. We're really going to have to be good at selling players. We're going to have to be a team that money balls this as much as possible. Wow, this game seems to be wanting to make things even harder. So Ethan Ross has come to me and we need to talk about renewing my contract, boss. He wants a new one, which, yeah, that's fine. I'll give you one. Oh, wait. No, I won't, because the player is not looking to engage in contract negotiations right now. Make it make sense, EA. Just please make it make sense. Now, we are getting lucky, though, with some of these transfers because they're just rejecting them all. Like Finn Yates and Mackie have just been rejecting them all. So has Tate. But my biggest issue right now is because I couldn't re-sign Tate to a new contract, we're going to lose him. We're going to lose him on a freebie. The new contract system in this game is horrendous. It's dumb. It's just dumb. The fact that I can't, as a manager, go out of my way to say, do you want to come in my office? Let's have a conversation about a contract. And then the player can come to me and go, well, I don't know if I do. And maybe I can try and sell him on the club and signing a new contract. No. None of that. They'll come to you. We're not going to notify you. And sometimes when they do come to you, we're not going to let you negotiate. It's just genuinely, it's so dumb. This game's actually officially out now. This hasn't been fixed. Nonetheless, it just adds to the challenge, right? It just adds to the challenge. There we go. Tate will be leaving, but at least we keep him for the rest of the season. Because right now, if I don't, we'll already see. I ain't got no cover for Tate, Rayleigh. Neither of these two are going to cut the mustard compared to Tate. So that's a big hole to fill next season. Just to make things better, I'm now getting transfer bids for Ethan Ross, a player who currently right now I can't negotiate with, but would love to. It gets even worse. How am I only experiencing this now? Calvin Miller has come to me earlier and said he wants a new contract. I've given him a new contract, signed a new contract with a year extension. Now he's coming to me again saying, we're going to talk about a contract, won't we? Yeah, we already have. Now, thankfully, we're going to end the transfer window and we're not going to lose any more players. So that's actually a bonus. We've got a good enough squad, I think, to take us to the end of the season. We've got some good news, though. The academy has started to fill up. I've started to bring some players in. Now, I'm not saying that we have world-class talent here, but Ben Thompson, the left midfielder with potential of 81 to 87. That is huge. He could be massive in the future. He's got a 5-star weak foot as well. So I'm really excited about him. And then Rob Nielsen as well. He could be really good. I just need to know a little bit more about that potential. But even if he gets into the 80s, that's still very good for this team. There are some players here that I'm probably going to end up dropping. The best player I feel like I have found is Gordon Elliott. He's 16, 55 overall right now, which is frustrating. But he's 80 to 94 potential, and he's got 5-star skill move. So he is definitely one I'm putting all my hopes on, as well as Ian Reid. I just need his overall to improve, but he's only 15, so there's time. I think it's time then we probably see what this team could do against Celtic. We've seen how we fared against Rangers. Will we get on any better against Celtic? They're top of the league right now and dominating the league. Will we fare any better, though? And it is wild just looking at the difference between the two teams. I mean, the amount of 70s. This shows you, though, where we've got to get. We've got to get to mid-70s, coming up to the 80s, I feel like, in order to be able to deal with Rangers and Celtic. We might be a long way from that, but we will give this one a good try. I've also taken out all the players in the team that aren't going to be playing in the team, but I have to keep Tate in the team because I don't have a choice, although this might work really well for Tate. Oh my God, if he scores, I'm literally anti-Tate right now, but if he'd have scored, that might have changed my mind. That might have been a nice parting gift for me. Ross. Oh, that's great. Bring it down. On the volley. Score. There we go. Samuel. Absolute beast now, boys. We are beating Celtic right now. An away day at Celtic Park. Look, 15 goals this season. Samuel has flown. He's been improving massively as this season goes on. And I'm ready. I'm ready to hitch my kite right behind him and just keep on flying. He's maybe going to be our striker for the next few seasons at least. He's got the ability. He's clearly talented. He's athletically getting better. But 15 goals in 21 appearances is fantastic. So glad I chose to start him over everybody else, especially over aging strikers. I knew eventually he would be as good as I think it's Graham. And he is. He's the same overall now as Graham. So, yeah, I'm glad I chose to go with Samuel. And I'm glad I chose him to start this game because we have the lead. Oh, no. Don't give it away. Don't give it away. Good save, Ben. Honestly, brick wall, Ben. He is absolutely fantastic. Replacing him is going to be my hardest task next season. Oh, we're being cut open. We're being cut open. Joe makes it 1-1. It didn't last for long. It didn't. The love, the hopes, the dream that we were going to be one of the best teams in the league, it did not last for long. But hey, we've scored a goal at Celtic Park with our bright young talent. I mean, I will take that. Williams has been unleashed. Williams, the new Dan James. Oh, what a save from Schmeichel. Oh, no. What a tackle, Nelson. What a tackle. I'm telling you, we're signing him. We are signing him. He has to become a permanent. Definitely. No, Tate has come on, and he's just a problem. Oh, no. 91st minute. Maeda's going to make it 2-1 Celtic. Well, that is just devastating. But I tell you what, we gave a huge fight here against Celtic. If that's what we could do here in season number 1, I have full faith that in the coming seasons, we'll be able to beat sides like that. That result, though, does drop us into 11th, which in real life would be a relegation place playoff. Now, I would love to finish above 11th, and we play Motherwell next, which gives us that opportunity. But just over the halfway stage of the season, we're not rock bottom, and we should be. We're easily the worst team in the league. Now, when it comes to stats, it's quite obvious that Samuel is absolutely smashing it. 21 appearances and 15 goals. He's been fantastic. Arfield hasn't been bad either. But there's no real other standouts than Samuel right now. So I think that's enough games played for season number 1. I'm going to sim now to the end of the season, and let's see how we get on. Did we manage to finish above bottom place? I think that should be our aim. Here we are then, end of the season. There's 2 stages. This has muddled it up. This is a little bit bug. Another bug. What a shot. But they're probably not going to fix this one. But Rangers won the Scottish Premier League this season. That is absolutely insane. Celtic just drew 10 games. Absolutely wild. What's bugged about this is Kilmarnock on 42 points, Livingston on 45. So they're actually above Kilmarnock. But the rest of the table looks like it should be. And we don't finish rock bottom. In fact, we were very, very close to finishing out of the relegation playoffs. So I am very, very happy with that result this season. And most importantly, who were some of our better players this year? Because it's going to be all important who we know we need to keep around. And of course, Samuel was fantastic. Going up 4 this season. Only 19 years of age. The potential should rise. We should see a huge growth in him next season. 20 goals, 1 assist. I'm hoping he does the same. I'm not going to replace him. Arfield will need replacing though. And then we got Ethan Ross there, 7 and 7. That is good from him. He is going to be my starting guy on the left because we are having some issues, as per usual, in the squad. Calvin Miller has submitted a request, and I can't undo it, and they're just constantly coming, regardless of the contract. We're getting bid after bid after bid. So I'm probably just going to let him go. No one's signed him yet. This is what I found at this level, is they won't agree terms with any of the clubs that are coming in, but we have a small squad. I really have to think about this because Cartwright on loan will be going back. Wilson on loan will be going back, and although I didn't use them tons, this is a big issue. Hart's going back, and Mackey's leaving. So, left back, huge issue for the next season. Nielsen is a must-sign for me, in my opinion. I have to go in and make this guy a permanent deal at this club. And then we also lose this lad as well. So we are going to be really, really bare bones coming into the new season, which means this academy right here is going to be super important. Ben Thompson now is a 61. He'll be our backup left midfielder next season. And on the right-hand side, Rob Nielsen will most likely be the backup on the right-hand side, because even if he reaches the bottom end of his potential of 77 right now at this club, that is going to be insane. Cummins, I'm actually going to release from the club. He's not good enough. But you could already see we're starting to get some players up there now. And Gordon Elliott, God, am I excited. I want him to reach 60 before we bring him into the squad. But Gordon Elliott looks like the future of the Falkirk team. Or at least the future in terms of bankrolling the Falkirk team. Because if he comes and he does well and we make a lot of money off of him, I think we'll be happy. Now, my plan is to send a scout out again next season because, God, do we need it. We've got 213k, but I have made the team money, I think, this season. Let's have a look. Projected earnings is 6.37 million. So we have made money this season. Yes, we spent, but we have made money this season. The club is looking good. Now, a lot of that is due to ticket sales, but I don't care. And then obviously sold players as well. But the fact that we've made the club money, if I can get 3 million... I would be happy. Also, we did all right in the Scottish Cup. Celtic will be playing in the final against Motherwell, in which I think they will probably win. Hang on, can I? Okay, no, I can just go in and look at the stats. That's actually really cool. That's nice. That's a cool feature. But we made it to the semi-finals, only going out to Celtic. So we had a cup run as well as a good finish in the league. A good enough finish, in my opinion, which would have seen us stay in the league because we would have won that relegation playoff. But now it's time after that first season to go full speed ahead. We need to start bringing some players in and building this team to have a better season next year because I'd like to now push for mid-table. Well, the start of the new season then brings the start of fresh hope. My hope is we're going to come over here right now and we're going to see a hefty budget. Let's see how much money they've given me for season number 2. 2 million. It's not the 3 million I wanted, but now I am torn because in my head I'm like, do I just go and get myself a new youth scout? Because I could do with at least being able to cover more ground. Oh, there's nobody here anyway. Maybe we get this guy. I don't want the experience. He's going to find more players, but the judgment is going to give you the better players. I'm going to do it. We're going to get another scout. And my first port of call here in season number 2 is to send the scouts out. Scotland again then to start things off for defensive players this time round. Also, interestingly, I'm going to go to Northern Ireland. I'm going to try and find the next Healy or a decent cam. Now, that is going to cut my budget down to 696k. But I do think building the academy for this Falkirk team in the first 3 seasons, let's say, is going to be the most important thing. Not only do youth academy players generate great talent in the team, they also are going to give us the ability to make a lot of money. Now, speaking of youth academy talents, we can already see we've got 2 that I'm very excited about. And I'm going to promote them both to the senior team to be our backup wingers this season. Now, in order for us to survive this year, I'm definitely going to have to go and look at the free transfer market. I think this is going to be the way that we bring in the players we need. And I'm not going to waste no time messing about. We really, and I mean really, needed a left back. We didn't have one single left back on the book. So I've gone out and I brought one in. And I don't even know if he's going to be good. Oliver Bongard. I don't know if that's even how you say his name, but let's see what his overall is going to be. Our first freebie. His overall is going to be 69. Oh my God, the magic number. Oliver, 25, comes in. That is an improvement instantly. We also were lacking a goalkeeper, so I had to do it, didn't I? I had to go back. I brought Scott Bain back. Look, he was a brick wall last season. He's still a well-rated goalkeeper for this level at 67 overall. I brought him back. He's got 2 more years at the club at least. Now, unfortunately, after that, I'm a little bit skinned, but we have solved 2 of the key issues in the squad. Right now, though, I am really struggling in the middle of the park, so I don't have the CMs that I need. I've got Arfield, and that is it. I have 2 central midfielders. This is an ongoing giant problem for me right now. Now, something that can help me is player sales, and Finn Yates right now wants to leave the club, and I'm kind of hoping this 310k is coming soon, because until somebody else leaves the team, we're in limbo. Oh man, we've gone and got ourselves an event. We've got pay or sell a okay, so we need to basically pay Adams with a new contract, or we have to sell him. Now, I actually want to keep Adams. I'd like him as our backup right back at least. I'm going to try and keep him, and this is the dumbest thing ever. Don't give me an event, and then I can't do the event. Pay or sell, I'm going to have to sell him. Okay? I'm going to have to sell him. He's leaving the club. What was the point in that event, EA? What you explain to me? Oh my God. Imagine nailing the gameplay for the first year ever, and then you've absolutely destroyed the entire game with everything else. Honestly, I'm getting tons of offers in now for players that can actually leave the club, but still nobody going. This is a good amount of money from these 3 players if we get rid of them, but so many of these deals are just not going through. I've managed to sell 1 player, but the rest just... I cannot get a deal through. I do finally manage, though, to get in a central midfielder. It's Lyle Cameron. He's a Scotsman. He's been released. He's a freebie. He's only 23. And he's actually 70 overall. We bagged ourselves an absolute steal. Means our team most likely then is going to look like this for the start of the season. The upgrades are Yusuf, who we just got for free for not having enough players. Bungard, and then also Bain coming back, but Cameron the big one. Regardless of how much we use him, we might make an absolute fortune off of him. I still need another central midfielder, but for right now, at least I can rest easy knowing that I've got to start in 11. Now, unless Stewart or Yates get sold, I don't think I'm going to be able to do any more business. But we are going to have a fun first game of the season. This is going to be the start 11. Obviously, some new faces and some more youth players on the bench. Here we go then. Dawning of a new season. Lots of new players and a lot of excitement around Falkirk. Probably not the same excitement around Celtic, but we still have some excitement. They've still got Brendan Rodgers as well, by the way, so that's interesting to see. Not much movement in the manager market for them. I'm genuinely excited by this squad, though. We know we've got a striker who scores goals. We've got better wingers. We've got these youth players now coming through, which I knew... when I started this, with the bugs in the game, you're going to have those issues, but we're going to really need the youth players to have major impacts in this team. And then hopefully we just keep picking up really good freebies. Already feeling like we've got so many faster players on this pitch. And Ross's ball in there is great. The main man up top, nearly getting his first goal of the season. Still can't avoid the fact that we have a sluggish Scott Arfield in the centre of the park. And also, the youth players look horrendous. Nielsen looks shocking. They just have like those generic boots and stuff that we need to get rid of them. Nielsen there, linking up nicely. Arfield then, behind to the youngster. The youngster, in his first game, God, he's rapid! Oh, he's been brought down, referee! Did he point to the spot? He didn't. You can see, tucked in shirt. Number 9, I'll keep him at that. But this was nearly... oh, no, it was very, very, very wayward. It was a very, very wayward shot. But still, burst of pace, man. Nielsen looks fantastic. I've got more youth players on the bench as well, so I'm excited. They're going to be the guys that we build stories around, and they're going to be the guys that help us build this team. Oh, no. Bain. Brick wall Bain. Back at it again. Youngster. Turns! Oh, Schmeichel, come on, man. That would have been it. That would have been a huge moment. Well, if Brendan's job wasn't under threat, it might be now. 0-0 against Falkirk. Is that the best you've got, Celtic? That was a really good game from us. We had an opportunity there to win it at the end, but I will take this to start the season. But I decided in the end just to sim till the end of the season. I think these first few seasons, there's just not going to be that much going on. Oh my God, this year we finished rock, but we were worse this year than we were last year, and we had a better team. Who won the league? I have a feeling it was... Wow, Rangers were 4th in the league. Celtic walked it this season. Absolutely walked it. But yeah, rock bottom. Definitely learning on the go here. And the biggest thing I had this year was I proper struggled to get people to sign contracts. Like, I didn't have the money left to sign people to these contracts. Like, Trey wants a new contract. I didn't have the money to give him a contract. Nielsen, who's gone up to 64, I couldn't give him a new contract. So that's something I need to think about. But one big shining point was one of our freebies. Cameron has been an absolute beast. In 44 appearances, it's 11 goals and 9 assists. And then we got 16 goals again for Trey. So he's had another fantastic season. Arfield, what a man. It was good to see Nielsen do well, but our squad is just so unbalanced. It's a team that really needs work, but we do have some key points now. Like, if we look at overall rating, we got some real stars here now in the team with Cameron and with Baumgart. Like, these two are both players that are going to be fantastic for us for the next couple of seasons. At least I hope so. Now, I loaned out a couple of academy guys as well in Elliott and Mitchell. Now, although Riley Mitchell, I've loaned him out with the idea that I'm going to sell him because I can't change him from left winger and I'm not playing wingers. So I still think I'm going to sell him. Elliott's going to come back at 69 and be able to be in the team. Yusuf going up. Samuel doing really well. I just feel like we have some key players now in this squad that we can build on, especially players like Rob Nielsen. He's still 17, by the way. He is yet to have his birthday, which is absolutely insane. I have other youngsters like Thompson, who I'll probably loan out to try and get that boost on him. But yeah, there's going to be some gaps, and I need them to give me some money next season. The academy as well it's pretty juicy. We've got quite a few players in here now that I'm probably going to promote at the start of next season so they don't get that debuff, and then instantly loan them out with the hopes that they're going to grow heavily in overall. I need to start bringing some money into this club because that is now the only way we're going to be able to do it, is by bringing some money in from these youngsters and then selling them on. I don't think there's anyone in particular that is going to be amazing right now for us, so let's get them into the club. Let's get them out on loan. Let's see that huge growth spurt, and then let's move them on. My expectation heading into the next season isn't a lot of money, and that mid-table finish is still very far away. But that's why we chose this challenge. It's going to be difficult. Obviously, the finances matter greatly here then. It's season number 3. It's going to be important. I'm going to manage them better this time around. I did a really bad job. We get 2 million again, which is absolutely fine. Now, with us having money again, I have been able to go in and do the contracts, which is good. So we've tied down Samuel. We've tied down Nielsen. The problem is you can't remove them from the transfer list when you give them a new contract. It doesn't really make much sense to me. We've given them decent contracts. Like, Nielsen now has got 5 years basically on his deal. Samuel's got 4, but I cannot take them off the transfer list. So even if I wanted to sell them in the future, or say loan Nielsen out, which I don't want to do, but if I wanted to, I can't do it, which is frustrating. But I do think the value of 4.1 million for Riley Mitchell is instantly making me think, let's sell this guy before we end up in a situation where they request it and then it seems like a deal just doesn't go through. Right, so I found ourselves a centre-back. First signing as season number 3 done. It's gonna be Berg, and he's gonna be 70. Oh my God, we get so lucky with that. Instantly gonna go in as our best centre-back. So the team already, in my opinion, is starting to look okay as a starting 11. We need to perform way better this year. Now, we for sure needed another central midfielder, so I've gone and signed Max Anderson. I don't know how good he's going to be. This is a lot of just a stab in the dark. We're just taking punts right now with this Falkirk team, but I actually think he's going to be really good. 66. So that's perfect for our team because right now I just need someone to go next to Cameron, who's not Arfield, who is extremely old. He can also play CDM, so it covers us a little bit. It's another weakness plug. The loan market definitely isn't something I've exploited yet, nor explored, but now it's finally time to explore it. We're going for Brody Hughes. I know he's only 64 overall. It's not great on the wages for me, but to be honest with you, I needed another body in the back line, and this guy is better than the rest of the centre-backs we have. So now we have a centre-back partnership of Berg and Hughes. That is a way better backline to start this season. Like, I'm starting to find myself in a position where I'm happy with all positions on the pitch. I just think we need a better CDM, but that will come hopefully with time. Been a bit of a slow and steady transfer window then for us. We've still not managed to move out any of the players that we've listed that we personally wanted to get rid of, which would have brought in great financial strength to the club. And the season's now already upon us, but this time we kick it off against St. Mirren. I'm feeling a lot more comfortable about this one. I'm feeling comfortable about our starting 11. There's no way this season, with this 11, there's any justification that we don't finish in a good position. At least it's got to be out of that relegation drop zone. It can't be rock bottom. That's for sure. A good indicator of where we're at is to go and look at St. Mirren and see some of the ratings in their team. And to be fair, they are pretty similar to us. So we are, I would say we're better in some positions, but we are more in line now with what the St. Mirren squad is. I have to be thinking as well at the end of this season, like Bain has got this year left on his contract. And let's be honest, he's probably not going to be good enough. Oh my God, that's lucky. But he's probably not going to be good enough in order for us to keep him around for much longer. So, oh my God, he holds that again, brick wall Bain. But it might be time soon to probably see the end of Bain, I think. And as much as that saddens me, oh my God, that might be... It actually wasn't. He played it behind him, but he's still done really well. Oh my God, I thought that was going to be the best goal we've scored so far on FC 26. But yeah, we're going to have to start replacing Bain soon. There's going to be a couple of other players, but all in all, most of the squad is very young. Oh, they've slid in behind. That's a great move. That's a great goal. We're going to fall 1 goal down to St. Mirren. They're moving this ball so quickly. That's going to be another. Oh my God, they're moving the ball so quick. St. Mirren are good. Samuel. Great ball in. That's a good header. And it's just beyond the post. Samuel. Play it across. That's a great ball into Ross. We're back in the game. I will be happy if we could just rescue a point. Oh, that's worked in behind. Oh, it's off the post. And then followed up from the post. It's 3-1. We were maybe pushing too much. That's not definitely the way we would have wanted this season to start. Do you know what makes it even worse? I think we absolutely dominated them. If we look at the match facts, yeah, we dominated them. They actually had a lot of shots, but we had 65% possession. We got to be better. We finally get a bid for Riley Mitchell. It's 4.25. Let's try and negotiate this one. This will be a record transfer fee I can receive for a player. I can't state how much these early seasons of trying to build a squad is going to be heavily led around us selling some players like this. 5.25 million. I hope they get the contract negotiation done and he heads to Union Berlin. Good luck to him. He's not going to be able to help us in terms of on the pitch, but off the pitch, he's going to bring in a huge financial windfall, the biggest amount of money we've seen so far. No, it's finally the pain, the suffering of this. Oh, the club has blocked the transfer of Mitchell, considering them a key part of its future. The board is displeased with your decision. Oh, my God. Mitchell's going nowhere, boys. We're stuck with him. And you turning that on was going to make things harder. I'm glad it's making things harder, but that feels painful right now in Season 3. Well, with Mitchell staying here for the foreseeable future, let's see if we can find some more young talents. We've been pretty fruitful from Scotland so far, and we're going to continue down that route. Kirk Anderson already looking like he could be good. You know, I really do like this year that you can just keep players in the scout reports. You don't need to stress about it. You can just keep them there and keep scouting them instead of bringing them straight into the club. I'm telling you right now, Dyer Smith right here, the central midfielder, looks like he could be one of the best players we've scouted. Yeah, 80 to 94 potential already. Motherwell next in the league. Then I'm hoping a quick sim here is going to give us a good result. 3-1. There we go. Cameron. Samuel back in the goals. He gets a brace. We only had 3 shots. Who gives a damn? We needed that. We are starting to get bids in for Lyle Cameron. And as time goes on, I'm holding off for this season just purely because we can't afford to lose another player in the club. It's going to be like one of those, please, Cameron, give us that one season. But after this season, if any kind of bids like this come in from a Rangers or Toulouse, a bigger side than what we are, which is pretty much every team, I am going to accept them. I'm going to play this as realistic in terms of the sales as possible. Not necessarily the players being brought in, but the sales, definitely. But we're not going to continue our run of happiness because we played Rangers next and we lose 4-1. This is an expected loss, though. Like, Rangers is such a difficult side. I don't expect to win this one. If we can just beat the teams in and around us this season, we'll be fine. So I do eventually manage to get a deal out for Walker, and it's a good fee, 630,000. I need to bring players in, so I can't even fill the bench at the minute for this season. That is how dire things are for this team. So I should be able to bring in a couple of free transfers with that money. That's going to bump us up to 534k. Now, I think I've managed to sign a cheap striker. He's backup or starter, to be honest with you. He's probably backup. I want Samuel to keep playing, but I had no depth at striker. We weren't going to improve any depth at striker anytime soon. So I've gone and signed ourselves a well-used talent in the English league, someone who I've used in the past, especially on this game, and on Football Manager. It's Keon Atete. I think he's going to be absolutely fantastic for us. He suits this league perfectly because he's a strong physical attacker. I think he's an ex-Spurs player as well. I think he was in their academy at some stage. He comes in, he's 69 overall, but what the big thing here in this situation, in this deal for me, is this man's value is like 1.6 million already. That surely is going to go up. He's only 25 as well, so if he goes up a little bit, I think that's not trade fodder because we're not on Ultimate Team, but that is transfer fodder, you could say. Inter Milan now coming in. There's no way that they reject this twice. If I can get Mitchell out of the club, this is going to extend this transfer window. I was nearly ready just to sim all the way to the end of the window and just have done with it. But Inter Milan are going to pay it. And I just am praying that the board don't come back to me again. Now, form in the back end of this window has been good as well. We beat Kilmarnock and then drew to Dundee. So this season, we've only lost one so far. Far better start than seasons gone by. But we are running out of days to get deals done. So I need Mitchell out the door. Is this going to be him out the door? Oh my God, lads. We should get 4 million-ish for this. If they take just $1 million off of this, that is absolutely fine. And if we can get around the 4 million mark, this is a fantastic bit of business by the Falkirk manager. I brought through this youth academy prospect, and then I'm moving him into Milan. I mean, how can he be unhappy? He's going to be an Inter Milan player. I'd be happy if we just get 4 million, to be honest with you. Oh my God, they are definitely taking less this season. I had this with some guy in the comments. There's no way that this isn't less. Last season at 5.2 million, I'd be looking at like $1 million off of that, maybe. This year at 5.2 million, the board have only allocated me 3.6. Honestly, trust me, the percentage is harder, which is fine. I've got no issue with that. Maybe it is dependent as well on your board and how much money, but I mean, we're making them a ton of profit. But anyway, 4 million now to spend. I really want to bring Nielsen back to the club as a centre-back. I really enjoyed having him here, and they reckon maybe 1.4 million. So let's see if we can snap up Nielsen here for 1.4. 2. Are you kidding me? Don't tell me I can get him for 1.4. If I can't get him for 1.4, that's 1.75. I know this is a good chunk of the budget, but this guy's a great defender. I'm just going to accept that. He's a great defender. He's still super young. He's got a bright future ahead of him. So I'm okay with this price point. 24, he's Scottish, and he's 70 overall. Imagine Falkirk just being able to go out and splash this kind of money. Plus, I also don't really want to bring in players that don't make sense, like for the league that we're in. I don't feel like we've done that once yet. A lot of them have just freebies, but I don't feel like we've made one transfer yet in this entire video that's just been like wild. Now, I get as seasons go on, they're going to get a little bit wilder, but I think for things right now, I'm kind of happy where things are. I'm going to just a little bit of extra cash on the side for you, Nielsen. And yeah, thank God he accepted that. I said after season 1, this was one guy I really, really wanted to bring back to the club. And I've finally got my man. I've finally got the deal done. It might have taken a season longer than we expected, but we are a very, very poor club. And he's a heavily valued player. I know we loaned Hughes in, but that back line to me just screams you're not finishing bottom of the league. It does. Now, I still don't have a full bench, but that's fine. We still got some money left, and I'm going to use the rest of the money now on free transfers. I just wanted to get our first transfer done, and Hughes is a great backup, by the way. I said the rest would be free transfers, and that's exactly what they're going to be. We needed cover at left back. We only have one in the club right now, so I've gone and signed Daniel Adams, the American. I'm hoping his overall is going to be decent. There we go, 68. Oh, I'm so excited. He can cover the centre-back position as well. So that strengthens me massively. But nonetheless, now we've got Bungard and we've got Adams, and I have a full bench finally. I have no reserves, but I think I'm going to fill the reserve with youth academy players. As things stand right now, a CDM, and I'm done touching the club. A CDM, and that's it. And here we go then, CDM in. This is it. This is the end of our transfer window. This is the end of the business we needed to do, and things are starting to look up for Falkirk here in season number 3 then. I knew the first 2 seasons were going to kind of be... Well, the first season I wanted to see the team and stuff, so we didn't fly through that. But I know we flew through the second season, but it made sense to do that. Connor Coventry, the Irishman, is a 70 overall. I've nailed it again. I'm going in blind for all of these negotiations, so it's making it so much more difficult. But we are just picking up the waifs and strays that nobody else wanted, and we're bringing them into the club. I think he suits as well the idea of what we are. He's an Irishman. He's without a club. He's 27. He's probably come from like a League One club. Where's he come from? Okay, so he's actually come from Charlton. He's a West Ham Academy boy, is he? Yeah, West Ham under 18s, West Ham under 23s. So he's a West Ham Academy boy. He spent loads of time on loan at club. He went to Rotherham by the looks of it for a little bit. MK Doms, Peterborough. But he signed for Charlton in 2023-2024 season for 1.16 million. So a decent fee. And now we've gone and picked him up on a freebie. He's no longer at Charlton. He's now a Falkirk player. So you got to be happy about that. Now, unless something crazy happens, I'm very happy with this business. Nielsen in, Mitchell out, Connor Coventry in, Adams in, Nice Walker out. So we first time ever, we've made some money. We've made £6 million basically, which is fantastic for the club. It helps boost us in the future. And then we've got a load of loan players out, as you can see here. A ton of loan players have gone out. And we are leaving ourselves for the next season 1 million in the bank. Can you believe it? I might not even say for next season because we might be leaving ourselves that for January. Now, as things have happened, we are still getting the bids in for the players that have requested to be listed. None of them are going anywhere. So I think as long as it stays that way, we'll keep those players. It's frustrating. I'm never going to be able to sell them, but at least we keep them. I don't need to do the transfer window now, but I do want to look at the manager market. Let's see if all crazy has happened. So Brendan Rodgers and Russell Martin are still in their jobs. And then this is where it gets difficult for me because I don't know who actually manages the rest of the clubs in real life. You'd have to tell me if anyone has left those clubs. I do want to see what's going on in the Premiership. Herzler's still there. Devin Moyes still there. Glasner, Frank. Amber Whitley is the manager of Chelsea. Okay. So there has been some changes. Fernando Alder is the manager of Manchester United. Pepe's still at Manchester City. Alan Prosser is now at Liverpool. There's been some changes. Not the ones that you would expect, but there has been some changes. Manuel Pellegrini is the manager of Leeds United. I fucking love that. Simone Inzaghi as well at Aston Villa. Laurent Blanc at Brentford. Okay, that's interesting. I love that. That addition to the game this year is fantastic. Now, we're definitely just going to skip the rest of this transfer window. I don't think we need any part in it. And then we're probably just going to skip now to the halfway stage of the season and see where we stand. Here we go then. We've hit January and I am excited with anticipation to see where we are. Oh my God, you could already see it. We are currently 8th in the league. Now, this might not seem insane, but this is better than every season so far by a long stretch. And we have Motherwell coming up next. I think I might actually play that game. Celtic top of the league with 57 points. Rangers 48. Celtic do play Rangers next. Now, when it comes to how the squad's getting on this season, we've got Samuel with 8 goals. I'm a bit shocked to not see Keon Atete up here. 5 appearances and 2 goals. So he is definitely playing the backup striker role. Samuel looking like he's set for another fantastic season, already up to 68 overall. But look at this from Cameron. 76. Don't think we can keep him for much longer than this season, to be honest with you guys. Now, how we're performing this season, I don't think there's going to be any need for any transfers. But I do want to play a game. I fancy playing a match with this team, seeing how they get on. We are building here. We are building blocks, putting them together. And eventually, I think this team might be really good. We've made some changes to the tactic as well. We're playing a possession-based tactic. How I wanted to play in the long run anyway. And it's kind of based on the idea that I just want us to play nice football here in Scotland. Well then, Samuel. Oh, we played him through. On great goal scoring form again this season. Just like last. And he's going to bag one here against Motherwell. Things you love to see. I am really growing to absolutely love this player. I pointed it out in the very first season. I was like, yeah, this is the guy. We're going to build around Samuel. I'm hoping he's here for the long haul. For the entire stay. But 9 goals in 17 appearances is a really good goal return. And I'm hoping he just continues. He's just been a goal getter. When you start it out, I don't know if he's going to be good. I don't know if he's going to be able to grab the goals that we need. But he's done just that and more. Samuel again. Oh my God, what a ball in from Ross. This time, no mistakes though. No, Samuel makes it 2. We are battering Motherwell here to leapfrog them in the league. Go on then, Samuel. And went up. He heads it. Oh, it should be on the post. We are absolutely all over Motherwell right now. I'm loving the possession-based style of football. It's just working really well. The interlinking play. I think possession might be one of my favourite tactics right now. Anderson then. Out to Nielsen. Good footwork from him. Creating space. Good footwork again from Nielsen. Oh, what a goal that would have been. Oh, they've cut us wide open. Bain can't stop it. It's 2-1. But I tell you what, all in all, that team right there was just so much fun to use. We have built a really fun squad, and I am excited to see at the end of this season where we end up. End of season 3 then, and this is probably the most impactful end. Okay, I'm excited to see where we finish. Now, first of all, we can actually see that Rangers won the league. Celtic sacked Brendan Rodgers at some stage, but Rangers went ahead by a point and actually won the Scottish Premier League this season. Where did we end? Okay, so it is the best finish that we've had, and we're 3 points away from Kilmarnock. So the building blocks are there. It's just slow and steady. How did the team get on this season? I'm hoping, yeah, again, Samuel, 15 goals. He's up to 70 now. He's sticking with us. He's going nowhere. Cameron, again, fantastic. I'm worried about Cameron. I think we might end up having to sell him. Well, Pellegrini didn't last long at Leeds, did he? But nonetheless, it might be bad for Leeds, but it's time for season number 4 here at Falkirk. I can't believe we're 4 seasons in already. I've been recording this for what felt like a short period of time. It's been 5 hours, by the way. These take a long time, so if you've reached this part of the video, please smash the like button. If you're new, subscribe. You know what to do. Money, 3 million. So it was 2 million again that they gave us, which makes sense. We've only finished 1 position better. And then they have handed me the extra million that I saved. So when we look at the squad, my biggest issue right now is probably goalkeeper. We've got to fix goalkeeper first and then left winger. I think if I just do those 2 things in this season, that puts us in a really good position. Now, I think I fixed left midfielder already with Thompson. That is nearly a full team of 70s. This is a big improvement to the team. And I think I have decent backups. My problem is I can't sell Ross. It won't let me sell him or Miller. So it's kind of like wasted talent at the club. And when it comes to who I can sell Hannah. But I think it's going to be another loan list for Hannah. And McCann's the same. I could sell, but I think another loan list. In 1 more season, get them out for 1 more year, and then when they come back, we could probably sell them. I think Thompson and then Petrie as the backup actually works really well for us this season. Ross and Miller both would love to sell. I'm going to put Miller on the list. I can't remove Ross from the list, and I don't have any negotiation power with that, so that's a little bit frustrated. I am going to keep, for now, Connor Coventry and Armstrong as the backup. Armstrong isn't the strongest, but he will do. And then Yusuf and Cowie as the backup. No, we've still got Yates. So let's get Cowie 1 more season of loans. And then, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think we have to get the goalkeeper. And as per usual, we had to go on the free transfer market. This one is, I don't know. We have gone for Ruben Blanco. He looked really good. But again, I don't know what his overall is. I'm kind of hoping it's in the 70s. We need a 70 goalkeeper. 74. It's only a 2-year deal, but that's fine. We'll go with the older goalkeepers for now. I am scouting for a youth goalkeeper as well. That is a huge upgrade to our leaky backline. Surely we don't leak anywhere near as many this season. I think my next port of call then is maybe Anderson's replacement and then a backup for Anderson. I'd love to find another player in the 70s. And I think we've only got to done it, lads. We have found ourselves a class central midfielder. Now, a little bit is part of me having Rangers sniffing around. But this is, I think, going to be the best free transfer that we've made so far. It's Asgard. I remember him from, I think it was Wigan. I think he's going to be really well rated. I think he's got to be in the 70s, right? 74 again. What a partner he could be for Cameron. Now, that's if Cameron stays with the club, though. That's the difference. And then we move Anderson to the bench, and all of a sudden, boys, we are looking pretty good. Yeah, I could do with some more backups, and I've got room in the budget for some more free transfers, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. But right now, this starting 11's looking quite tasty. I think now on top of everything, we probably need a backup centre-back because we lost Deloney from Chelsea. I found my man then. I weighed up my options. I don't really want to spend a lot of money on this centre-back position because we're kind of set, you know, with Nielsen. I just wanted someone who can cover if needed as backup. So that's exactly what we've gone in for here. Not spending too much money and taking a rotational player in James Golding. And I am hoping that he's just mid-60s. I think mid-60s. There we go, 66. For me at 23, he'll probably grow a little bit as well. He is just an ideal player here to have on the bench as backup. One Henderson ain't really good enough. But yeah, I just needed that extra centre-back in the club, in my opinion. And as things stand right now, I'm near enough ready. I'm near enough sure that I'm fine with this squad to just go into the season and see how we do. I wasn't fully done, though, with the transfers because I did decide to go out and get a backup goalkeeper. I didn't realise that the only goalkeeper I had at the club was Blanco, so I've gone and got Beavers. He's all right. He's 23 as well, so you never know. Maybe some growth out of him there. Who knows? Maybe some sell-on value. That's mainly what we could be looking at right now. But regardless, he's better than our starting goalkeeper of last season. That's the team overall. It just in general looks way better. And so far, no one's come in for Cameron. So I'm kind of getting lucky and being able to keep him. We made it all the way to the first game of the season without receiving a bid for Cameron. So he's going to be in the starting 11 against Aberdeen. This is a very strong 11. I'm excited to see what result we can get with a quick sim here. I don't think we've got too much weaknesses. I will be okay with this. Aberdeen, third in the league table for the past 2 seasons in a row. So this is a real test. And it was 2-1 in the end. Samuel back in the goals already. He's been a machine. Well, the true and real first test of this season then is actually Dundee. Let's see if we pick up a win in this one then with a quick sim. 2-2. That's a little bit frustrating. At least it's a draw. Nielsen and Berg with the goals. We dominated this one. Just have to hope that we can pick up enough decent results to be mid-table. I will be frustrated with this squad if we don't get mid-table. Ooh, Man City coming in for Petri. I'm going to reject Petri bids right now because he's only just come back to the club. Still no bids coming in for Cameron, so let's see what we do in this Hearts game. Can I get a win? We haven't seen a win yet. Oh my God, we are absolutely terrible. How is the squad this good doing so badly? I want to see what the Hearts squad's like because I don't get how this was 3-1. There's no way that they have higher, and I mean higher rated players than us. Making a big decision then. We can't keep going down this road with these results. I'm not bloody having it. We're going to a 4-3-3. I think this will help. I can quickly change all the wingers right now. Well, all the midfielders we have right now to wingers really easily. This is what we're going to go with. Let's see if we can just a little bit more luck. Hopefully that luck will come now then against Motherwell with this change of formation. I am praying that we get to win in this one. There we go. Cameron at the double. What a player he is. He could be 80 by the end of this season if no one signs him. Well, with everyone being changed to the right position then and the transfer window shut in, seeing Cameron remain at the club for one more season at least, I think we sim at least to the winter window, but I might not come back now until the end of the season. I kind of want to fire through this season. I don't want to be playing too many games that aren't that impactful. I only really want to play the more impactful ones. We've had plenty of games in this first episode. So let's get to the end of the season and let's see if the changes that we've made this year can get us mid. I'm just praying mid-table. Once we start getting mid-table, then we can start thinking about building towards Europe. Here we are then, the end of season number 4. And we have to have made progress this season or it's going to get to the point where I'm going to destroy my soul doing this save. We can already see that we beat Celtic towards the end of the season and Rangers. That's making me believe we was in the top group in the split. And that belief was correct. We've actually finished 5th this season. That's just above mid-table. Hearts and Aberdeen having great years. Rangers having a horrendous year. 15 wins, 10 draws, 13 losses. 63 goals for 8 goal difference. That's the first time we've had positive goal difference. This team has finally cooked this season. I am intrigued now to see how much money they give me. But I'm also intrigued to see if we can push that one step further for Europe next season. I'm pretty sure it's only the top 4 in Scotland that get European football. I could be wrong. You guys let me know in the comments down below because I'm not going to advance to the next season just yet. This is going to be the final season of the episode. Let's see how the team got on. As per usual, Samuel top goal scorer, 73 overall now and still only 22. So plenty of room for him to go. But look at that. Asgard, what a signing he was. It proving to be the difference. The change in formation and tactic definitely has helped us a lot here in this season. But bringing in players like Asgard has helped us massively, reviving his career a little bit. 12 goals, 7 assists for him. 12 goals and 2 assists. This is the best return we've had from Rob Nielsen. But there is one problem with Nielsen, and that is that Gordon Elliott returned from loan halfway through the season, and he started getting some game time. 13 appearances, 5-1. This guy is special, and I mean special. But we are in a situation where we're going to have to keep building the team and continue to grow, and people are going to come in for Gordon Elliott. And if people come in for Gordon Elliott, there's a huge sum of money to be made that could set us up for a long time. So I don't know what's going to happen there yet, but I do imagine next season, him and the likes of Cameron, there's going to be some big players that are definitely probably going to leave because of people coming in. Ben Thompson, great season for him, 10-10. And I'm worried because I wouldn't want to lose a Gordon Elliott. Now, we still have the usual jazz of this, but you can already see 48 million is what we can get for Elliott. Now, I'm going to try and do the contract. And if I do the contract, then it usually lets me negotiate the transfers. I'm going to put him as crucial. I missed out on the contract for Elliott. as per usual, because of where we were. Oh, I want to give him more than that. But tying Gordon Elliott down could be massive right now. But I'm going to be honest. Oh, my God. He wants no money in terms of wages whatsoever. He's probably in the pile of players that we're probably going to sell. Because we're going to get tons of bids for him. It's going to be in the 40, 50 million range. I can use the money that we get for him, have one more season of Rob Nielsen, which isn't a bad thing, by the way. He's been fantastic. Maybe even bring somebody new in, but I can do that, and then I can go and make the decision to improve the back line a little bit. I think that's probably going to be the most positive thing for us to do, because Yusuf 71, Berg, and Nielsen, I'm loving how good Nielsen has become. And then Bangad. So we're a little bit lower in that area. So if that was an area that we were going to improve in this team, I think that is what I'd do. Start offloading players like Adams, and then maybe bring in a really good right back and another really good centre back for Berg, and keep Nielsen in the team, Berg as a backup. I'm not sure, but this is where my mind is going right now. This is where I think we should be moving forward with the team into season number 5. And if we can keep this midfield partnership together, it's quite obvious that these two are working an absolute treat together. But that's going to be it for this episode, boys. I hope you enjoyed this kind of video. I'm looking forward to doing more challenges this year and this kind of thing. I've enjoyed the entire time sitting down and doing this, because it's taken so much brain power to try and build a team. Those first 2, even 3, I could say, seasons were really, really difficult with Falkirk, but I feel like we're finally starting to see the reward. Stuff's finally starting to pay off. So I'm super excited about that. I'm super excited about now going into season number 5 and pushing for Europe. That's got to be our next goal. Keep improving this team and then push for European football. You know what to do if you enjoyed it. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. To be fair, if you made it this far, you definitely should do that. I'll see you in the next video. I'm open to any suggestions for any more challenges, any more teams that you think we could do, anything that you think would be fun. This is obviously building a dynasty like the worst team in Scotland. Let me know what else we should do and where else we should go. Appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next video.